Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, basketball fans, lovers, and fanatics. Welcome to the first episode of the Mambas Nest. We're here. This guy in the video next to me is Jose. He's my co-host. We're going to be talking about the Goldwash currently in the NBA, Kobe Bryant retiring, and his number choice that should be retired, and are the Rockets soaring up or down? So first, let's talk about what everybody's talking about, the 20-0 Golden State Warriors. Jose.
Yeah.
How far does this go? How far?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They might be able to do it to the end of this year. They might be able to do it.
Which would be what? That'd be 20 and what?
That'd be, let's see what that is, 24, 28. That'd be about 32-0.
It'd be 32-0. All right.
They'd have to be, there's only really like two good teams that could possibly bump them out. And that's
Cavs on Christmas, right? Cavs on Christmas, and then they play the Pacers on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the Pacers are going to beat them. I don't think there's not enough. We don't have enough.
And if the Pacers don't beat them, they're just going to gain momentum, beating Boston, Milwaukee, the Suns, and it's just going to be two easier teams.
You know, I saw a crazy stat. Do you know who has the best field goal percentage in the paint right now?
Who?
Steph Curry.
What?
Steph Curry is shooting 66% in the paint. Better than DeAndre, better than LeBron. And I know you're going to say, well, it's probably fast break. 70% of his shots come in the half court in the paint.
That's crazy.
That's absurd. You know, there's a lot of people who go out there and, they say, Curry's the best shooter, but he's got an all-around offensive game. It's insane. Plus, the fact that he's on pace to shoot 418 threes, or make 418 threes, I should say.
That's crazy, man. I don't know. I'm always one of those people that hate on the teams that's popping right now. And I don't want Golden State to keep going, man. I want it to end. I want on top of the fact that I want it to end, I want the worst team to beat them. I want them to be like, oh, this is going to be an easy win. And that worst team gives it their all, and they freaking kill them.
Well, didn't they – we watched the games last week. Didn't they beat the Nets by 2 and they beat the Jazz by 2?
Something like that. I don't know, man. Their first loss should have been to the Clippers. The Clippers are freaking chokes.
Well, I mean, we watched that game. They were down by 25, 30 in the first half.
That was his first game back, and he was godly. That first quarter, I don't think he missed a shot.
Yeah, I think he was 6 for 6 and 2 for 2 from 3 with 3 assists. If I'm off the top of my head.
He was just feeling it, and then the Warriors did what the Warriors do. They went on a freaking run, came back, and they won. Of course they freaking won.
I find it insane. I mean, the only thing I can say about this Warrior streak is they haven't played the Spurs. They haven't played the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't played, obviously, the Cavs yet. Because, overall the hype, I mean, don't get me wrong. Warriors are the best team right now in the league. Yeah. Curry's the best player on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
But the Spurs get underestimated a lot. They're 16-4. And I feel like they don't get enough love for the fact they're 16-4.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. With the West, how Golden State's overpowering and says, over 20-0, yada yada yada. But I was looking at the Western rankings, and right under the Spurs is freaking, I think, OKC, and they're 11-8, 12-8. And if you go to the East, the third team is beating them, 14, 15. I think they compare to the 7th team in the East.
Well, I know that the East is 54-47 right now above the West, which is, coming from the last 3 years where you look at the East as a joke. You were just laughing pretty much. You play the Magic, who are now competitive. You play the Bucks, who are competitive. And before, you'd play any of those teams. You look at the schedule, you go, okay, that's a W. That's a W. It's not like that anymore. So it's true that
it's gritty. It's back to the old ways. They're the gritty East, and the West is the show off and the flashy players. It's always been like that.
Now, this is for anybody who's watching, and for you, Jose. Do you know who has the top 3 The Spurs are overrated and a slump during the second half of the season. I mean,
because they can do that because they're still going to make it to the playoffs.
I mean, if you look at the Spurs roster, I was looking at it yesterday because you were trying to tell me that Leonard is better than Paul George, which I'm not going to get into. But, I mean, they're deep. They got a lot of talent on that team, and if they get hot and if Aldridge fits in with the pieces and Tim Duncan stays healthy and Ginobili stays healthy, I mean, you saw stats the other night. Parker's shooting like 56% from or 64% from the field or something unreal.
Yeah, that's
Even probably says the best he's ever seen him play.
They always have big pieces, with their pickup of LaMarcus, and they got Kawhi. Kawhi's now their superstar. It's like they're definitely gonna make it to the playoffs. There's no way. Even if they do slump in the second half, there's
like no one saying they're not gonna make the playoffs.
Especially since their team is older, so they don't need to slump, but they're probably gonna go into a slump for the fact that they're gonna bench their starters and they're gonna have their bench playing more minutes.
Well, there's another thing. The Warriors are winning by a crazy 15.4 points per game, but the Spurs are it's Warriors 15.4 points per game, and then the Spurs are winning by an average of 10.6, and then the drop off from that is the Pacers at 5.6.
Freaking golden.
It's clear that the Warriors and the Spurs are the top two elite teams, in my opinion, in the entire league.
Warriors, we know, because they're running gun, and those threes, those pile up so quick. It's just that's too easy.
Another one. That's just what it is. That's really just what it is.
Letting it rain. But you see, the Spurs do the ball movement, and they've been doing that. They've probably been doing that. They've been doing that for years, man. That's something that comes with without being said.
Question: do the Spurs in a 7-game series have any chance against the Warriors? Any chance?
Yes. Of course.
You think?
There's no question they have a chance against them. There's more. You want to say deep in the playoffs? All right, 7-game series. We're in the playoffs. You want to say deep in the playoffs or early in the playoffs?
Well, if they're going to meet in the playoffs, likely it would be deep.
All right, so let's say Western Conference Finals. Of course. They have way more playoff experience. And what else can I say? I mean,
does playoff appearance really? Wait, Paul, go back. Does playoff appearance really matter now? The Warriors already have a chip.
The Warriors already have a chip, but still, they went up against a worn out, not even a worn out Cleveland, injured Cleveland. You can't say that was really a good championship.
I've said this before. I've tweeted about it. I've said it before that I covered the series for OTG basketball. The Cavs would have won that series if they had Irving and Kevin Love healthy. I believe that. They lost in 6 games with LeBron having to get more out of Delhi than he's ever gotten before.
LeBron
was useless in that series.
I was super LeBron. They got super Cam? I was super LeBron. He was killing. He almost averaged. He was 1 away from averaging a triple-double, right?
Was it game 2 when he won and he did his old screaming thing at the crowd and everything? Was that game 2? That was awesome being a fan. That was great.
Yeah. But yeah. So as I was saying, Golden State went up against an injured Cleveland. So it's if they go up against a full roster of Spurs, starters, all of them killing, it'll be a great series.
Okay.
It'll be a great series.
So I'm gonna ask you the question right now.
But wait, the thing is, Tony Parker won't be able to guard Steph.
Do they go 3-2-0? Answer right now. Do the Spurs go to the end of this year undefeated?
Do the Spurs? You mean the Warriors?
The Warriors, my fault.
Do the Warriors go undefeated? The rest of this year? It's possible, but I don't know.
Who do you think they lose to the Cavs? Is that the only person you think they could lose to?
The Cavs. When does Kyrie come back?
He actually was clearly full. He was cleared yesterday, I believe, or today to be fully active in practice again. So he's probably gonna be back within the next week or 2.
If Kyrie comes back and he bounces right back and he's putting up good numbers, I think Cleveland has a chance to beat them.
All right, well, you already know what I think, right?
You think they go?
I think Tuesday, Paul George and CJ Miles, who is the only other person besides Stephen Curry who has 2 8 or more 3 points made a game this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna win. I really do.
I don't know.
I think they're gonna. It's gonna be a close game, and I think they're gonna win. I really do, actually.
George Hill's gonna be able to guard Steph Curry.
No, I don't. But I think he'll be able to limit him. I don't think. I mean, you can't stop Steph Curry. That's like when Jordan was in his prime or Kobe was in his prime.
Klay Thompson, he's dropping like what, 16 a night. So, I mean, it's just their overall factor. It's just the overall fact that they have so many deadly. They have so many shooters on the team. Draymond Green's a spark plug. Paul George is going to be guarding who? He's going to be guarding. Draymond runs the.
Depends on if it's the lineup of death, he's going to be running the 5.
He's going to be running the 5, and then Paul George will probably be guarding Harrison because Harrison's going to be running the 3.
Out for another 2 weeks at least.
Harrison's out. That's why they have Brandon Rush in, right?
Iggy off the bench. I mean, Iggy's going to lock up George.
Iggy's going to lock up. Yeah, that's. Dude, I don't know. He locked up LeBron. He did pretty good on LeBron.
It's hard. I think it's going to be one of the best games to date, to be honest.
That's a lot to say. I don't know about that one.
Maybe for me to see where the Pacers are actually at least.
CJ Miles has a good game.
Who?
If CJ Miles does good, then we'll have to see. If CJ Miles has a good game.
Monte too. I think it comes to Monte.
Forgot about Monte. CJ Miles dropped 8. He did like 8 threes last night, right?
Miles, yeah.
Monte has to kill. You see, the thing is, people forget Klay Thompson is a great defender, a great perimeter defender.
But is he quick enough to keep up with Monte?
You need lateral quickness. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and see till Tuesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. All right. So next up, the Black Mamba, my favorite player. The reasons why I'm called the White Mamba, Kobe Bryant. He's retiring. Now the big debate is what gets retired, 8 or 24.
I can't, like we was talking about this before. I don't know. I want to say let Kobe be the first to retire both.
Hang up 8 and 24 in the Raptors.
Hang up 8 and 24 because he's both. It's not like he was good in one, bad in another. He was great in both. Like we got someone we got AZ Riles saying 24. 24 is good, but you see, like, he won the 3 chips with Shaq. I mean, it was all Shaq mainly, but Kobe put up tremendous numbers in those playoff series. So it's hard to say. But when you go to 24, he won his 2 championships, and that was him. He won the Finals MVP in those. I don't remember which one was he winning. Did he win his MVP? Was that 8?
24.
That was 24.
24.
So it's hard.
The only thing I can say about the difference between 8 and 24 is when he became 24, he became the assassin, like the Mamba face, the Black Mamba. Like when you think of like Kobe as the assassin he became as a scorer, that was all 24. I mean, 8 he was great. He had the bounce like no other, and he scored 81 against the Raptors. Right? Is that who?
It was the Raptors.
He has 3 titles wearing number 8, 2 with number 24.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to see.
And the point,
I was thinking of both, but now you got me on the topic. You got me on the side of 24. But I don't know.
He scored 16,866 wearing 8 and 15,868 wearing 24. And you got to think too, wearing 24, he was hurt.
And I told you that other thing. He played less games as 24.
Right. And the stats then, technically, if he was healthy, would probably be higher.
Yeah. So, there you have it. I guess 24 will be the one that should be retired.
But this is the only stat I have. Kobe has 121 games where he scored over 40 points. 67 was when he wore number 8 to 54 in number 24. So he's had more blowout games wearing number 8.
That include playoffs?
No, it's regular season.
All right. I don't know. I think I switched sides. I think I'm gonna go with the 24.
Wow, that easy. Wow.
Wasn't that easy? Took a lot.
What's your favorite Kobe moment?
Favorite Kobe moment. My favorite player is Wade, so I'm gonna have to go with when. You see, I have a couple favorite Kobe moments, but that's definitely one of them. When he off the inbound got it, and I had my main man Wade for the game-winning three. It was a bank shot.
It was a bank shot.
But he still made it. I mean, even though it's Kobe, he's still gonna make it.
I mean, I've showed you this video at least twice. My favorite moment is when he dropped 41 against the Raptors in 2013. One of the only bright. I mean, that was the year where they were way out of the race. And they ended up being an 8 seed with Howard on the team, and he had those 3 clutch threes with under 2 minutes left, and had like 41 points. He had 12 assists in that game too. That's like and the torn Achilles. That signifies what Kobe was.
Yeah.
Torn Achilles walks off and on.
I also like the moment where it's just funny to me with the I don't know if anybody if you guys know it, but I know Corey knows it. But the moment where Matt Barnes was getting in on the inbound, and Kobe and Matt Barnes always been butt heads. And Matt Barnes tries to fake him with the ball, and Kobe did not flinch, Kobe did not blink, Kobe did not move a single muscle.
I love that moment too. There's so many vines and memes made off that. That was really a good one.
So you can't get into the head of him. You can't get inside Kobe's head.
All right, so 24. I think that's what we can agree on.
Yeah, 24.
Lastly, last topic of the day. Rockets. What the hell happened to the Rockets?
I have no idea, man. I have no.
To be honest, I never thought they were that good last year. Like, I don't think they should never have beaten the Clippers. The Clippers blew that series.
This is the thing. James Harden, I've loved. I loved him when he was on OKC as the 6th man. He came off and he supplied them with the assist that they needed. He was their point guard off the bench, even though he played the 2. He was great. All right. He went to the playoffs when they went up against Miami, and he was like a non-factor, nothing, right? So he leaves. They get rid of him. It was either Serge or him, right? I believe that's how it was. All right, they picked Serge. James went to the Rockets, blew out into his own big thing. Great isolation player. Great. He gets fouls. He goes to the foul line. He makes them.
I mean,
he's never been defensive. That's what I hate. Never defensive, and I love defensive players. Favorite player, Wade. Wade is 6'4", and has averaged almost a block his whole. Right now, I think it went down at 0.9. It used to be a block his whole career. 6'4", 2 guard. Used to play the 1, and he does that. Wade plays gritty defense. He does not complain and none of that. James Harden is a little bitch. He doesn't play defense. He's not gritty.
I saw a play from I think it was against the Pistons last week or something, where he got back on defense and the guy missed a shot or something, and he just stood there and watched the rebound get made over top of him and a layup be made. He just stood there like lost.
I saw that. He reminds me of Melo. Melo Melo doesn't play defense.
Worse than Melo.
Because Melo shows sparks the defense. Like, he'll do a defensive play, he'll be like, oh shit, like Melo can play D. Like, once in a while, like he has it. Like, he has the strength to be a good post defender. And he has capabilities. But James Harden doesn't even show anything.
So what's the reason for the Rockets' struggles right now? Was it Kevin McHale? Let's be honest, was Kevin McHale really the problem here? Or is it the roster and Harden?
I think it's the roster. How's Ty Lawson doing? I don't know if Ty Lawson is a good mesh.
They benched him. I think the last I heard, they were looking to trade him. He's shooting like 36% from the field.
He didn't mesh good with them. He didn't. Dwight Howard's his numbers are not even that good.
He's averaging like 12.9 a game.
He used to be an all-star, and then his knees, his back, he has back problems, all that.
He went from being a superstar to one of those second-tier players, in my opinion.
He was like this. They had two cornerstones on that team, James Harden and Dwight, and they were killing. They were what? James was dropping like 40 like almost every other night. And then and then this year you go, they were in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah, they lost to the Warriors.
They lost to the Warriors, and then they before that they came back from the freaking Clippers. The Clippers were up 3-1, and they came back and beat the Clippers.
That was a pathetic showing by the Clippers.
Biggest freaking chokes in the NBA.
I mean, I saw. Obviously, I'm like the stat guy, analytics, but the Rockets, they were the. Charles Barkley always says jump shooting teams can't win a ring. All right, well, obviously the Warriors won.
Yeah,
but the Rockets, they live or die by that three. It's pretty much they hit a three and they hope that if they miss, that Howard gets a rebound or Capella.
Yeah, you see the Warriors, they're a jump shooting team, but they play defense. They have defenders on that team. They got Iguodala, Draymond Green, Bogut, Klay Thompson. Steph Curry gets steals here and then.
Azili.
What is Steph Curry averaging steals? Maybe like 2 a game?
I think he might be top 5 in the league, actually.
Top 5 in the league in steals. They play defense. They were the number 1 defense in the league last year. I don't know what they are now. I think
they're top 5. I know they're top 5.
Defense, but they play defense. The Rockets, who they got for defense? Dwight Howard. Does Dwight Howard even still get he's even top 5 in blocks? He probably is.
I don't think he's top 5.
I think he's top 5. They got Trevor Ariza. They got Tyler Lawson. Who the hell is he guarding?
Wait. I mean, well, no, Beverly's good defensive.
Beverly's good defensive. Beverly's good. They call him the pest. Yeah.
But teams are shooting 47% against the Rockets this year. So there's not that much defense.
You weren't who's the high? I think it was the Rockets. The Rockets, you want to know why last year, weren't they like one of the highest scoring teams or the highest scoring team in the league?
Who?
The Rockets. I think they were. That's what they did. They used to outscore teams. They didn't defend you. They would outscore you.
Well, they averaged 32 threes a game last year. They're averaging 30 this year. But last year they were making around 34%. This year they're only making like 30%. And that's 4%. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched who they play. They've been blown out at least a handful of times already, and we're only not even a quarter of the way into the season.
That's what makes the Warriors so freaking deadly, because they have both offense and defense, like the perfect combination. Because you got Memphis, a great defensive team, whole starting 5 to play defense, and then they got I don't know if Tony Allen starts. Does Tony Allen start?
I think it depends on the lineup that they're running.
All right, they got Tony Allen, lock-up defender. They play Golden State. They got slapped by like 30 or 40 because they couldn't keep up with them offensively.
Well, yeah.
Go to offensively. Of course, they got Zebo and Marc Gasol. But come on, man. Zebo and Marc Gasol are not going to both drop 30.
Well, it's funny you say last night the Spurs beat Memphis by 20.
Look at that.
Which is a prime example of the struggles that the Grizzlies have.
Mike Conley can drop buckets. Mike Conley has improved. But they don't have a go-to scorer.
But it doesn't answer the question of why the Rockets are so bad. I think firing Kevin McHale was way too hasty. That was uncalled for.
It wasn't his fault.
I read an article shortly after that. I'm not sure who it was by, but they were saying how the team in general, they're tired of Harden. They're tired of how he has that la 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 attitude and doesn't play defense.
They got to get him out of there. Get him the fuck out of there.
There's no way. There's no way.
Where would Harden fit in?
76ers. They don't play defense either.
They fuck.
There you go.
Well, they got their big men, Joel Embiid and Nerlens Noel.
Oh, wait, are you really actually using the idea that he might go to the 76ers? No, he's not going anywhere. He's locked up for 5 years.
He's not going anywhere, but I'm just trying to think. Maybe where would he go that would fit in? Like Melo. When Melo was talking about trades and all that, Melo would have fit in beautifully with the Bulls at the time. Melo would have been perfect because he would have been their offense, and he didn't have to play defense because the Bulls already had so much great defenders.
I mean, that's different though, because Melo plays at least subpar defense compared to Harden, who doesn't even play defense.
That was when Derrick Rose was injured. They had Jimmy Butler. They had Noah. They had they have Tom Thibodeau as their freaking coach. Tom Thibodeau will force Melo to play defense.
All right, well, Tom's done. And actually, I think Tom is I thought Tom was up for actually the Rockets job. I heard rumors that he might be going to the Rockets, but that could be a death sentence. Well, they have the interim coach. It's unlikely they'll keep him past this year.
When does Steve Kerr come back? Because I know Luke Walton is still coaching them.
Yeah, he is. I think Kerr's still a couple weeks away. I know that he's been at practices though, like home practices. He's been at the practice facility.
All right.
Do you think Allen Gentry's in trouble with the Pelicans?
I don't know, man.
I mean, that's probably the biggest surprise. I mean, they're hit. I mean, they're riddled with injury. That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis came into the season with all that MVP hype.
They were supposed to be like up and coming, and now it's like Anthony Davis is he's a fucking star. It's fucking amazing.
What was that?
It's a warm month with a 0-0 record. What kind of crap is that?
I mean, I
don't know why they would give Warren Coach of the Month. Like he's really doing anything. The Warriors know what the hell they're doing. They don't even need a freaking coach.
He's managing minutes. He's doing all that. Okay. First of all, they've had 4 or 5 close games in the last couple of weeks against the Nets and everything. He draws up all those plays. He's the one coming. I mean, he deserves some too. Kerr could have put his assistant coach in his chair. He went out and got Luke Walton to go sit in his chair while he was gone.
I feel like give it to somebody in a more difficult situation.
I mean, it's hard to say because like everyone was like Alvin Gentry's this offensive genius, but well, he was the assistant. Gentry was technically the assistant ahead of him. That's all. That's what I meant by that. Because you're telling me that if Gentry was the head coach right now, they wouldn't have any struggles? It'd be the same thing for the most part. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Fuck the Golden State Warriors.
That's uncalled for. But all right, that's it for the show. We're going to be doing this every Saturday for here on out, 11:30 to 12:30 in the morning. Thank you guys for stopping in. It's been a pleasure, Jose, as always.
You too, man.